Man, the wait is over, and I'm just so excited to finally announce that the Doomed multi-kit is out. This is the ultimate kit for making dark trap beats and any trap beats in general. This has been my go-to kit for the last couple of months as I've been working on it. You've seen me use it in a lot of tutorials, especially in the last tutorial, and we'll be using it in today's tutorial because I want to focus on making something that you could hear artists like Lil Baby or Lil Durk on. So with that said, let's get into the tutorial. So I got this melody pulled up. It's actually a phrase from the kit, and I really want to break this one down because it really showcases like how you can have a very simple melody with a few things going on, and just with placing certain notes and certain sounds along with effects, you could really get something to sound unique. But first, before we do that, let's preview it. This is one of my favorite phrases from the kit, especially this bell right here. With all the effects, it just layers perfectly with the piano. I'm going to show you exactly what preset that is too, because I think if you utilize that preset with the piano, you could really create some like really cool sounds. But I want to show you which phrase it is from here. I believe it's this one right here. So let's get started with the first thing on this, which is this piano. Inside Keyscape, I use the cinematic preset. We are in A minor, so scale highlighting right here, A minor. And it's really basic. There's only 2 chords going, but the most important parts are right here, and then these notes right here. So I'm gonna go over here, zoom in, take this length right here, and I'm gonna build out an A minor chord. So we place a note right here, skip a note, place, skip a note, place. We know it's minor because we have 2 spacing and then 3. Major would be like this, where it's 3 spacing and 2. And also because we're starting on the 1 of the scale being A, because we're in A minor, that's the 1 of the scale. It's going to be an A minor chord because we are in a minor scale. The first chord of a minor scale is going to be a minor chord, as you can see here. One thing we do in a lot of these beats that everybody knows is to take this chord right here and then flatten this middle note. So we just shift down arrow 1 note, right? Super simple. So that was how it started, but then I added in one more thing. So you could just build out a simple minor triad right here and then duplicate it, flatten this one in the middle, and then just to make it sound a little bit more unique, we go up 1 note from the middle note of each of these. So we have C right here, so we place 1 note there. We have B right here, and we place 1 note here in the scale. Real simple, right? And then the next thing I did was just duplicate this all the way over. And then I went ahead and added in my bass note. So I started in on A. So we'll go ahead and place this in here. And I like to have this note be like really low, almost to where it's like doesn't exist, like down here. Too much, right? So 1 up. And then instead of having that just keep repeating, what I wanted to do was duplicate this over here and have 2 other notes hit, which you'll see here. So I just take half the length of this, so we can just bring this in half, place a note here, and then you really just find out where you want these to be. So a lot of the times what will happen is you can like take these notes and go down, which always sounds cool. And you can find notes that are close to each other in the scale, like this F and this E right here, and this will sound good. Let's try it out. We'll start like halfway, like right here. And when we have this flip right here, it always works as well. But another cool thing you can do is just control up arrow. So it still has that dark feeling, but it sounds like it's going up the scale instead of down, which is like a cool little trick to kind of trick your ears. And what I decided to do was, instead of having these 2 tension notes play together, all I did was bring this up 1 right here. And I took this F and went up 1 note in the scale right here. So that's one easy way to build out like a simple melody, but that it just sounds good and it sounds like a nice dark melody that you could add effects to and stuff. So from there, the next thing I did was duplicate that into Omnisphere. And this is where like the whole thing started to change with this bell. And that's why I say like start off with like simpler melodies, especially for these dark beats, add effects and add really nice sounds and like unique sounds, and you'll start to see that the whole beat could just change. This preset inside Omnisphere became one of my favorites right when I heard it. So you could check this one out, Echo Bell Decays. And then that's getting ran into some processing over here. And then we layer that in with the piano. There's just so much ear candy to it. All right, so let's go over the processing, because I definitely want you to add this processing to this Omnisphere preset if you have it, because you could really get some unique sounds. So we just have some EQ. I'm cutting out a whole bunch of low end, bit of top end, and then we go into Portal, and I'm using just this default right here, I guess, and I only brought it up to like, what, 23%. Then I have another Portal brought up with Digital Tape Toys, which is one of my favorite presets. You see me use this all the time. That's brought up to like 21, 22% as well. Portal is just one of the best effects plugins, especially for making these types of beats. I do have an affiliate link in the description if you want to check that out. The last thing is Valhalla Vintage Reverb right here. I have a decay of about 2.5 seconds and the mix brought up to like 23%. And then after that, what I have is Keyscape, and that's just duplicated again. So this one, there's really not too much going on. This is playing one of the root notes right here, A. As you could see, there's really nothing else playing with this one. It's just this one note. But sometimes adding that in with Portal can give you like a cool little effect for the background. And I just wanted some more textures to it. It's something that you don't really hear too much, but when you listen to it, you're like, oh yeah, that does add a little bit. All right, then the last thing we have is the strings, and the strings just kind of tie it all together. Inside of Analog Labs, it's this preset right here. I feel like they need a way to where when you click this, it goes to the exact preset. But anyways, that's the name of it. It's somewhere inside this all presets thing. This is running into mixer track 3, and it's the same exact effects processing. The strings aren't really doing anything crazy too. It's literally just duplicated of what that first melody did. Then everything together. Sounds crazy. You could really start to get like that core foundation. You add effects to that. You find different sounds that sound really cool. For this, I'm going with 2 pianos, a bell, and a string. Those always sound good for dark melodies, especially. And that's really it. From here, we can take this and just like pitch it around. We didn't even like reverse anything. This one just sounds good as it is. So we can get straight into the drums. And all these phrases were just made for like different types of things. These phrases are royalty free. And even the accents and the vocals in this kit are royalty free too. So we'll be utilizing a lot of those. But yeah, let's just get straight into the drums, because we could do something crazy with this. Let's go with this hi-hat. It's one of my favorite snares. Do this one. Something simple like that. Could do another open hi-hat. All right, then for the hi-hat, there are a bunch of hi-hat midis you could choose from. So I'll just show you a couple of those real quick, and then we'll go ahead and like make one from scratch. So I'll probably go with something similar to that with like spacing. So the first thing I want to do is just put some spaces in right here for like the snare when it hits. So we'll go like this. All right, a little space right there always sounds good. Then we could throw this to like third step, Control A, Shift D. And then we could throw like a little roll right here. Then we could place another gap right here. And then we'll just add in rolls and like little fills where we think sound cool. So this is gonna be the final hi-hat. We got a couple rolls going on, some nice spacing to kind of let like the snares breathe and do their thing. Just gives a little bit more bounce. So from here, I'm probably gonna add in a couple percussion and then get straight into the 808, and then we can probably pitch this up. All right, so we'll start off with this space perk right here, and we can just kind of add it in where we hear that there's like gaps. So let's listen. You can already see one right here where we could probably fit it in. So I'll just go right here and probably place like 2. Just like that. just like that. There's enough going on. Let's bring up the melodies just a little bit. There we go. And now we could pitch this up so we can get this 808 in. We'll click right here, hold shift, click again, and then right click and transpose. Let's go up like 2 or 3. I think we're starting at A. Maybe we could start at B. Get these bells a little bit higher. Yeah, it's crazy. Now we can get straight into the 808. So I'm gonna just go get the root notes from here. So here we got them. And then we hit Control C, and then we'll just go into piano roll, Control V, and bring this up so it's not super low. And I'm gonna max out the velocity, Shift D, make sure we're in cell. And then let's lay this out. I like that bounce. Drop this down. Then we can bring this over, Control B. The only other thing I want to do is just boost this just a little bit so it hits the soft clipper a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. And a little like roll right here. There we go, perfect. From here, what I want to do is add in like some accents. So we did drop down to B, so we're at B minor. So let's go over here to the accents. They're actually up top. I should close this so I can see everything. All right, yeah, right here. So last thing I'm gonna do is add in this accent right here. We just have to get it in key. So it's at C sharp. We just go over here, bring this to stretch, and go down by 2. Yeah, then we'll be in B minor and bring this volume down. There we go. Then for this one, make unique. Bring it up an octave, so up by 10 since we're up by, or down by 2. So that's a total of 12. All right, and then we'll throw some reverb on it real quick. Just kind of have it in the background. Ugh. So I'm gonna arrange this real quick and then we'll hear the full beat. As mentioned, the Doomed Multi Kit is out, so I'll have a link to that in the description. It'll be the first link you see, so you can go get that. The whole kit is crazy, bunch of drums, 808s, synth basses, as you can see, vocals. There's melody midis in here. Those are all royalty free. The accents, the phrases, all royalty free as well. So yeah, link to that is in the description. Appreciate you watching. If you're interested in my other kits, there'll be a link to those in the description as well. Make sure to join the Discord. Link to that in the description as well. Let's hear the full beat.